This is Patrick. And this is Diarmuid. And I'm Darren. And we're on a 3-day photography road trip around Ireland's northwest coast. If it's your first time on the channel, I'm a landscape photographer who travels to some of Ireland's stunning locations in my camper van. You join us at the final part of our trip. Now, we'd made it all the way to Malin Head, Ireland's most northerly point, but the weather wasn't playing ball. Heavy rain, strong winds and thick clouds set in and stayed there. Add to that, freezing cold. We also got word that the aurora might show again, but under those skies, we didn't stand a chance. And at one point, we debated driving 4 hours south just to find clearer skies. But this location mattered, especially to Diarmuid, and we weren't ready to walk away. I set my alarm for 3 a.m, stepped outside, and the clouds were still there. No aurora, no stars, just more disappointment. But that's the truth about landscape photography. Most of it is patience, frustration and persistence. Would the weather turn in our favour? Would we finally get the light we've been chasing? Join us and see.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the vlog. It's just gone 6 in the morning and I question my life decisions getting up this time in the morning. But when you look behind me here, you can see that decision is for a place of absolute beauty. Now, we've had quite the adventure over the last couple of days. You would have heard it there on my beautiful voiceover on the intro. But as you can see, I'm wearing my gloves, I'm wearing a rain jacket, I'm wearing a warm jacket, I'm wearing another jacket, and I'm wearing a t-shirt, and I'm wearing a hat, 2 hats actually. So it's cold. Temperature from the guys there on their fancy watches were kind of arguing. One was saying 7 degrees, the other was saying 5 degrees. But with the wind chill factor, I can tell you that it's absolutely freezing degrees. So myself and Diarmuid and Patrick, as randomly as you see many times when Diarmuid's in the video, he just sticks something in. Thankfully, you don't see the thing that he likes to stick in.
Wow.
Which is his ego.
You're
You're filthy mind. Oh, right, sun will be coming up soon enough on this side. Now, this location is a sunset location, but we're here obviously for sunrise because we've travelled this far and it's something that you don't want to miss out on. It's nice in Limerick, but we're not in Limerick. We're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. So yeah, we're going to see what we get for different types of shots anyway today. I took a quick test shot there. I'll give you a look at that now before the sun comes up. And hopefully sun comes up and we get a bit of light, although as you can see, it's almost 360 degree clouds. But what a stunning, stunning area. Let's go. I have my first shot done and I said, you know what, I'm going to send the drone up, have a look at that. And then I looked at this incredible amount of rain that's on the way into us right now. So we are in for a soaking, so it's time to wrap everything up. Hopefully it avoids us, you never know, because it looks as if it's a small enough cell. So fingers crossed. And yeah, when I check back in again in a moment, if I look like a drowned rat, then yes, we have been soaked. So hopefully we'll avoid it. Here it comes. I'll do a time lapse of it coming actually. Seems that rain has only kind of really just brushed by us, I suppose, the word I'm looking for. We are wet, but we didn't get poured on, as you can see here. And even on the time lapse, actually, it was moving quite slow. Originally, I thought it was going to be with us in a couple of seconds. So what I am doing now is still taking a shot, because I do like this. So it's like a funnel cloud there to there, coming down above the main structure. And it's the only part on the sky where we do have some bit of difference. So if you look around me here, it is grey, 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 and then we come to the one bit of a gap which we have here. So that's what I'm shooting at the moment, which is a bit fortuitous. There's a nice bit of texture within those clouds, but it is still raining. So it's a case of wipe, shoot, and again, I don't know if that's going to come in on top of us. Actually, there's a nice layer cloud here, this one, which is going which way? That way, all along here too. So yeah, lots of mood, lots of different atmosphere. Nearly as moody as when I was here the last time with Gavin, but I'm with Diarmuid, so you know he's far moodier than Gavin would ever be. And he can't hear me, but he'll hear me when he watches this video. So here's the next shot there now with that little bit of a gap. It is past sunrise, so I don't know if we are getting any reward for light. You can see that it's lit up over here, and then you have above the end of that there Horn Head in Donegal as well. So yeah, the top of Ireland right now. Hopefully it's a top shot. Here it is. I moved over now to the right hand side here because that little funnel cloud that you can see, I wanted it to be more or less in the middle of the structures that are outside here on Malin Head. And I've come to preface this here that you can actually look out. This is actually one I think that I took again when I was with Gavin, but here is limited really from the different compositions unless you go down here, which I don't think I want to do. But maybe I will. We'll see if I get brave or not. This rain is still threatening to come in, so it hasn't come in yet. It's definitely a case of shoot, wipe, because the rain is constantly hitting the front of the lens. But yeah, with that tiny bit of a gap here now, and the only bit of light still that we have in an otherwise grey scene, I'm glad that it's in that direction because it gives nice layering also to the shot. So yeah, here's the next one now, and now we'll see what else we find and what happens next. Here's the shot. So for my next shot, I just came over and put my camera onto Diarmuid's tripod because he had a photograph already lined up. And that's the beauty of having an Arca Swiss plate, because then you can just hot swap between tripods. But I said I'd take the opportunity to ask Diarmuid to explain his composition that I've just stolen. Diarmuid.
Oh yeah, welcome to town, welcome to the vlog. So look, it's kind of your typical Instagram shot. You know, most people will either go down here or they will actually come up here. Now the shot is it's fairly basic, but it's still a beautiful shot nonetheless. Like, so you've all this kind of jutland kind of reaching out on the left hand side. So that's kind of acting as a leading line, kind of drawing you to the main star of the shot, which is right in the middle of these two kind of sea stacks, which are acting as depths and layers upon each other. So you've the smaller one in the front and then the bigger one at the back, which is kind of more domineering at the background, which is really, really nice. Also, you're playing with this kind of small little kind of sticky uppy pointy finger thing, which can cause complications in photograph. Do you put it underneath the sea level? Do you put it above the sea level? You have to have separation between the star of the show and the supporting cast there on the right. I don't know if you can see it there, can you? Over around here.
You can, yeah.
So you have to have separation of that. If that is eating into your star of the show, it just gets lost in the picture itself. So again, just try have some of the separation between us. But one thing that I do not like in this picture, and I did actually like it last night, is this streak and white line in the middle of it. So I could Photoshop it out later. I'll see how it does look on the back of the camera. But overall, very, very happy. I just wish I had some beautiful light, but it doesn't seem like it's going to come.
Well, there you have an insight there into Diarmuid and his thought process. Interesting, actually, he's also started stealing my phrases about star of the show and supporting actors and supporting cast. But you know, great things obviously just rub off, like, and it obviously works. So yeah.
Snow on the mountain, far, far.
Oh, we're getting light. There's light in the distance.
Yeah. So
right. So the light is there. Here's Dod's shitty shot now, and then we'll take a real good one in a moment.
Supposed to go beep,
beep. Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying this video. I just want to jump in real quick to let you know about my latest ebook, Essential Landscape Photography Skills, Volume 2 is now available. Volume 1 has already helped thousands of photographers build a strong foundation, and Volume 2 picks up right where I left off. Inside, we'll dive into topics like busting common myths and getting the most out of your telephoto lens, up to fully understanding your histogram. Each topic also has a dedicated YouTube video, just like in Volume 1, and once again, this ebook is completely free for newsletter subscribers, so if you haven't signed up yet, head on over now and grab your copy. Back to the video.
Now, a moment ago, Patrick Murta, who is an Instagram aficionado, he's a star of the Gram Star, he decided to go down there and get a photograph of himself. And it's happy, we're all wearing orange, so it's like we're either construction workers or prisoners, one of the two. I vote for prisoners, but he said he'd go down there and get a photograph of himself, so of course I had to take the shot while I had the opportunity as well. And I think actually, to be fair, he makes a good subject. That's because he knows exactly how to do the perfect Instagram beauty pose all the time. So he must do it when he's asleep, and he must be waking like that and then wakes up again. So yeah, here's the shot next of Mr. Murta on the Instagram poser. So the sun is up behind you there, it's hiding in the clouds, but what it is doing is it's reaching the far headlands here on Lower Donegal and lighting them up really, really nice. So it's giving great depth into the image because it was flat earlier on. We still have all these details in these clouds, and I've kind of slightly changed my composition now to be able to get these mountain ridges that are over here because they're being caught with the side light. Additionally as well, we can see further on down here, I knew it was cold, but last night obviously it must have snowed because you got snow as well. That's on Mount Errigal further on down here, and then we're looking all the way over as far as Horn Head, and that's catching the light as well. So we are too far north, so we can't go more north on the Republic of Ireland, but I'm still glad that we're here to look down onto this light. So it's actually quite interesting to be able to look back and get the light shining down with it, to be able to give all those different textures that are there. I haven't done anything on a long exposure point of view either. I'm just taking relatively fast shutter speeds. And one point actually, I'll just turn you around here just to show you something. So Dad a moment ago mentioned about this pillar here, and if you notice and watch the waves, so as a wave comes in you get separation, but then as the wave goes back down it then blends back into the cliff that's behind it. So it's important you time your shots, that you get waves like that and then give that separation overall into the image. It looks like we might actually get a bit of light. So the sun is up here, that big bright area is now coming to life. So hopefully we get a little light on these subjects that are here. The light currently is stunning, and also there's rain just coming down here now as well from that cloud that's there too. So I have done a pano to go from over here where Dad is doing a beautiful dance all the way around here and then to end over here. And I think that pano is going to work out. Now you can hear by Dad there that the sun is coming out, so better get cracking. Here's the pano. Hopefully it worked. Now the light is here. I have, not light, it's brighter I suppose. Now the bright is here is a better way of saying it. I've changed over now to faster shutter speed because the birds that have been flying around here have been milling around us all the time, but it's because it was so dark I couldn't really get a fast enough shutter speed without bumping my ISO up to whatever. But now ISO is on my standard and my aperture is at 7.1, and because I got the light there I'm able to get a 1/800th of a second. You can see that the sun is there now blazing its light down upon us, and you can see how bright I'm lit up here. Not that much to be honest with you, but it's diffused light and it is working out nicely. So I've moved over towards the center here, taking that shot looking out, and we have this gorgeous rain cloud as well now that's in the distance there, and the light is still on the mountains as well. So all in all, everywhere else is absolute toilet, but here is perfect. Here's the next shot now. Inspired by Mr. Patrick Murta and his Instagram ability, I actually put my camera into portrait mode and I took a portrait shot down this way here, looking out into that direction. I think actually it might work out nicely because what you are doing is you're removing this beautiful leading line of this cliff that you see here that Dad was talking about, which I like, but without that, you're now looking down here at this frame effectively itself with this singular stack also. I think the shots here this morning, even though we haven't got, amazing conditions, it's still amazing for what it looks like overall. So yeah, here's the portrait version of the shot, and then we'll see what happens next. Well, would you look at that? That big bright thing in the sky is shining on us now, and it is lighting up this entire scene perfectly. Now I had the drone up as well a moment ago there just before the sun came, and it looked incredible. Now with this here, I've actually forgotten to do any long exposures, so I'm going to take a 2.5 second exposure, and then I'm also going to put on my 10 stop equivalent, and I'm going to go for a 30-second exposure. Let me know actually in the comments which one you prefer. Here's the 2 shots now. What an absolutely incredible morning. I'm glad now that we got a bit rewarded after the calamities of yesterday morning, yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, and last night as well, as I would have alluded to on the intro this morning. I'm going to finish up this episode. Thank you very much, as always, for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. If it's your first time on the channel, please do hit the subscribe button, give me a like, give me a comment. And before I finish up, I want to thank my excellent supporters on Patreon, these people right here. It's so great to have you there. You help me to be able to do things like this and to bring everybody to locations as awesome as this at the top of Ireland. If you want to join us on Patreon, there'll be a link in the description below. I'd love for you to join us. So until the next time, thanks as always. Slán go fóill.